Hi, I'm here to pick up my son Milo.
There's no Milo here.
Who picked up my son from school?
Streaming only on Peacock.
I'm gonna need the name of everyone that could have a connection.
You don't understand. It was just the 5 of us.
So this was all planned.
What are you gonna do?
I will do whatever it takes to get my son back.
I honestly didn't see this coming. These nice people killing each other.
All Her Fault. A new series streaming now only on Peacock.
Every Who down in Who Newville liked the holidays a ton. But where to get great prices on gifts, they had no idea. None. They searched and they searched for great gifts under $25. Gifts for spouses and friends and even their toddlers. When suddenly one Who shouted, Walmart has what you want, knowing they have Lego, Tree Hut, and low prices to flaunt. So they enjoy the holiday season as Who's often do. Cheering and shouting, Walmart has incredible gifts. Who knew? Find gifts they'll love under $25 at Walmart.
Hi, it's Dave here. This is my wife, Kathy.
Hello.
This is the Cinemile. It's the podcast where we walk home from the movies. Today we're going to see a movie called The Running Man. It's a remake of Richard Bachman's book from the 80s, who was Stephen King's pen name, and it was also made in the 80s with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and we love that movie, don't we, Kathy?
Absolutely love that film. I've seen it so many times, but not for ages. And I have read the book only once, but very much enjoyed it. The book's very different from the Arnold Schwarzenegger film, and I believe this movie is closer to the book.
Looks like it from the trailer. So there's no, there's no underground arena with, like, it seems to be like, it's quite different. Like the character in this is on the run in the real world,
which is what the book is.
Cities
and the book's really grimy, and it's funny because we reviewed The Long Walk recently. Like, they're kind of the same thing. They're taking the same central premise, both The Long Walk and The Running Man, of the dystopian future. Everything's gone to pot.
There's a game show where you either walk or run.
Yeah, there's a game show where you either win a load of money or you die. However, in The Long Walk's case, it's not like particularly televised, whereas in The Running Man it's like, really televisual. I've such a soft spot for the original movie, and I think I need to go back and rewatch it kind of after we've done this, because it's such an outrageous, it's probably like peak cartoonish Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. The characters around him are ridiculous.
Yeah, there was a Sub-Zero who was an opera singing Japanese ice hockey player.
I have so much love for that film. I think I almost wish we had time to rewatch it, like before we're going to see this, just for fun.
We've seen it so many times. So yeah. Kathy and I, when our relationship first blossomed, it was around Arnold Schwarzenegger movies.
Yeah, because we just both love them so much.
And every Christmas and birthday, we would get each other an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie until
we
had them all on DVD.
Love. And funnily, I don't know where any of those DVDs are now, sadly.
I've got them all.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, can't wait to see this now. We're going to have to go separately this week. We couldn't kind of manage to go at the same time, which very rarely happens. So we're going on our own. So Dave's going first and then I'm going. And
we'll check back here when we will meet up, but we won't speak to each other about the movie until we come back on the recorder.
We live together, but we're not allowed to speak about the movie.
We're very good at this.
Until we've both seen it. It's a bit of a strange.
Do you know, we'd be
thing.
very good in an interrogation, I think. You and me. If they put us in separate rooms and asked us our thoughts on The Running Man, we wouldn't squeal.
We only talk when the mic's on about movies that we're reviewing for the podcast, right? So we'll see you in a minute. You will hear the trailer and then we'll be back.
It's the biggest show in the country.
Bloodlust is our birthright. Set it free. Welcome to The Running Man.
People on these games never come back.
I'm not trying to get myself killed, so kiss my ass twice.
Right there is why you can win this game.
The rules are simple. Survive 30 days with the entire nation hunting you down.
And get your family out of Slumside for good.
I'm gonna come back here and burn this building down. I promise.
Hi, we're back. We have both seen The Running Man now separately, and I cannot wait to hear what Kathy thinks of this movie. If it's your first time here at the Cinema, we won't spoil anything until we get to spoiler street. Kathy, what did you think of Edgar Wright's The Running Man?
So firstly, I went to like a 3 p.m. Friday screening. It was really busy, and it was like just all men on their own and then me.
My screen was all men on their own as well, and I was one of them.
So interesting. I think it's of a particular age as well. Like I didn't see a young audience there, but the audience, like it was really busy. I had so much fun at this film. Like I'm obviously naturally predisposed to the film. I think Edgar Wright's a real cool filmmaker. I actually think Glenn Powell, even though he's kind of everywhere now, is a great leading man. We accidentally called him Glenn Close recently on a podcast.
Yeah.
So thanks to one of our listeners, Marty, for pointing out that we said Glenn Close had starred in Hitman.
And thank you, Marty, for sending us a photoshopped version of Glenn Close in Hitman.
But I think Glenn Powell's really, really good here. I think he's very well cast. I love how they've made it closer to the book and that it's out in the real world, because it would have been very dull to try and remake the Arnie version. And also today, like, we watch much grittier films, it just wouldn't have worked, you know. I love the world they created. Like, clearly a lot of thought and money has gone into how it looks and feels, but it has the same feel of an 80s movie in that it's all like quite villainous, and Josh Brolin's so villainous, and it has that really high-tech dystopian look to a film that I really enjoy as well. Like, one of my favourite films ever is Demolition Man. So if you like Demolition Man and The Running Man, I think this is a really good film to watch. It lost me slightly at the end because it's a little bit baggy.
Yep.
But overall, and we'll get into it on spoilers, that side of it, but overall, honestly, I had a really great time. I just sat back and like had a ball at this film.
Yeah, it's a really easy watch. I found it very entertaining, I think, from beginning to end. I was never bored. It's good. I liked it. But I have so many gripes, and I'm looking forward to sort of picking it apart in Spoiler Street a little bit. But overall, I have positive feelings towards this film. My key things before Spoiler Street, I'll say, is this. Yeah, it does look great. There's some lovely little Edgar Wright flourishes in some of the action scenes, but it's kind of very restrained as an Edgar Wright film, and I don't know. It's kind of not Edgar Wright enough for me, and I don't know, is that either he's getting older and he's a bit more restrained, or it's like a balance with this being a big studio film.
Would this be his biggest film ever, biggest budget?
Good question. Yeah, possibly. Because
that, of
I
course,
don't know.
it, like, you know, everyone says the greater the budget, the less creative control you have. But also, it's an adaptation. But there's a lot going on there as well.
But that said, there's still a lot of there's still a lot of personality here.
There is.
But my biggest problem with the movie is I think it's just a tonal mishmash. It's all over the map. Like, at times it wants to be like, this isn't a spoiler, but the setup is like Ben Richards in this one isn't the butcher of Bakersfield. He is.
I missed the butcher of Bakersfield.
Which is.
Can a side note? I was really hoping that Arnie was going to have a cameo. Like, I spent.
He did.
What?
Did you not? Okay, I'll say it in Spoiler Street. There's a tiny Arnie cameo of sorts.
A cameo?
Of sorts, yeah.
Right, okay, sorry, I interrupted you anyway. So he's not the butcher of Bakersfield.
No, but he is, and I believe this is, I haven't read the book, but this is the original setup, is that he has a very sick daughter at home. She only has the flu, but like nobody in America can afford meds. Do you know when the book was set? You know when this dystopian vision of America was set?
Was it 2025?
It was 2025, yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's not far off. Like,
it's not far off at all.
Kids can die from the flu. Like, it's really dangerous
yes,
for kids.
And there is, getting access to healthcare is, anyway, let's not get into that. But this is all very close to the bone. But it's like very serious stuff. It's very grim. He needs to save the life of his daughter. And then occasionally the movie will just flip over, like Michael Cera's in it as a just complete wacky off-the-wall character who I thought was...
You need the serious motivation to get him to volunteer into the games, right?
Yeah.
But after that, like, he's there anyway.
I found it wobbly.
Do you want it to still be serious? Like,
No, I don't know what I want, but I'm telling you, I think I wanted the more wacky, fun stuff. But you can't get down in the dirt with the series. And here's another problem I have with the movie. I think Glenn Powell is very good at many things, but I think he's wrong in this movie. This movie wants you to believe that Ben Richards is this, like, man who's filled with anger and unpredictability and has a bit of an edge to him. I feel like someone like, he's too old for this, but Tom Hardy, you know, someone who's just like a bad boy, who's got this, like, this darkness in them. Like, that's not Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell does his best to smash windows and look mean, but he is a clean-cut pretty boy who looks good in a towel. And the movie lets you know that many times.
We are well aware of his abs after watching
what
this
Glenn
film.
Powell is great at is he's charismatic. He does look like a leading man, but I don't think he has the anger that we're trying to go for here. It's the darkness, and man cannot do comedy. I'm sorry.
See, I disagree. I actually disagree with all of that.
Okay.
I think he's very good in this role, very well suited to it. And I went in actually thinking, oh, I'm a bit sick of Glenn Powell now, and I really will he ever compare to Arnold Schwarzenegger? Like never. No one never ever will.
Well,
right?
Arnie could thread the line between comedy and
when
drama
Arnie
very
used to do
well.
anger, it was like a joke. Like he
Yeah,
couldn't-
I'll agree. I don't think Arnie has a dark edge to him either. I'm not arguing that.
No, I honestly, I'd love to hear what our listeners think, because I really think Glenn Powell's very good in this. I hear the Tom Hardy thing. I agree. He also would be very good casting.
Can I just say though? Go on. Sorry. Yeah.
In a way, I like. Do you remember? And I can't remember his name now. So it's just terrible podcasting. But you know the guy who was in season 1 of Bridgerton, and then he was in the Dungeons and Dragons film,
I know
and
exactly
stole
the guy.
the film from everyone.
Yeah, he's got a French name or something, doesn't he?
I don't know his name,
Yeah.
right?
Sorry, you're
we'll
all
write his
screaming
name
at
in the
us.
show notes.
Yeah.
And he was so funny. He like stole Dungeons and Dragons away from everyone. But he's like very sexy and understated in Bridgerton, and like I think someone like him could have also been really good.
But does he have a dark edge to him where you're like,
no,
Jesus, that man.
but someone who could be all of a sudden just a little bit menacing. Whereas when Glenn Powell did
How
the
about-
anger stuff, he was like me Hulk, me smash.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't work. How about this?
No, but it
Can I
does
throw
work.
another one out there?
What?
Someone like Penn Badgley in
Oh, look,
Us.
you don't need to talk to me about
That's
Penn
what I'm talking
Badgley.
about. I'm talking about that
no,
sort
you
of
mean you.
charming. Oh, that one. You. Yeah, not them. You.
Yeah.
Someone who's like charismatic, good-looking, leading man qualities, but also like, is that guy a serial killer? Is he going to kill me? Do you know? I don't think Glenn Powell can do
Penn
that.
Badgley is a great shout, as is the Duke from Bridgerton. Okay, so moving past that, the other Josh Brolin.
Oh, Josh Brolin's brilliant.
Yeah,
Josh
brilliant.
Brolin's great. He's fantastic. Coleman Domingo out there
He's so good.
doing his absolutely chewing up the screen. I love him.
I love it. And then we've just finished, and we've done reviews over it on Patreon, so please go and listen to them if you watch the show Task. We absolutely love that show. And
Maeve from Task was in
Maeve
this.
from Task
Now,
shows up.
but hang
and
on, sorry.
Really enjoyed her as well. Now we're not in spoilers yet.
We'll go to spoilers in a sec.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of characters who just show up for one scene and they're gone.
And look,
I
you've got the
feel
manic
like
pixie dream wife who's great, but she's only there to serve the purpose of like he's got a beautiful wife and child at home.
So there's not much to this film. It's not, I think, a biting satire.
No, like I didn't
it's
go
not,
to the Running Man.
No, I'm not.
expecting that.
But I'm saying, but I feel like it kind of is hinting at that a little bit, or it wants to be. It also has no real depth to the characters. There's nothing really there. The script, if you ask me, is all over the place. Often there's some awful dialogue where the characters literally just state the theme of the movie.
Yeah, but I feel like you've gone down a negative spiral. Can we talk about the actual fun setup?
I was building up to it.
Right,
So
okay.
there's all the things. But this film is just a ton of fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. And one thing I think it does a lot of better than the Arnie film is I got a real sense of him being, this odds being stacked against him, and him being on the run in this film.
Yeah.
It's a lot more intimidating to be out in the real world,
scary.
having to like disguise yourself, whereas when Arnie was in the under the basement of the studio, I mean, you don't really get the same effect.
Well, it was more like contained, like the Hunger Games, whereas this is like, what, for anyone who hasn't watched it, it's everyone basically in the whole country has this show, and they've like an app on their phone, and they can take pictures of you and send them in, and they get like money. Basically the public, who are all like basically starving and very, very poor and really in need of money, can take pictures of you and send it in and like daub on you at any point. So that's actually really scary. You've also then got the actual hunters who are like part of the show. They're also hunting you. So basically it's like you've nowhere to hide. Now with the hunters, what I really liked, the main hunter,
Captain McCabe or something.
the rest,
wasn't it?
I felt like they could have nodded
They needed
to the original.
personalities.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they should have
I
had
agree.
gimmicks. I don't know why they didn't have gimmicks like in the original one.
Because gimmicks wouldn't have been out of place in this world that they've created for the new one. Like,
because
this
in
is a
any
colourful,
show,
wild, weird
like
world.
even when we used to watch a Gladiator, they had like fake personalities.
Yeah, so
you know?
I mean, they didn't necessarily have to go as far as the ice hockey Sub-Zero guy.
I think
but
they
give
should've.
them something. Because
I wanted that. I thought that was the only space in the movie where you could have done like the 80s homage stuff a little bit.
I completely
I think
agree.
should we go to spoilers though?
Yeah,
so,
let's.
Like, are you recommending this one?
Oh, I think so. I mean, I like just. It's not great. It's just good. It's like it is a good time at the movies. So if that's all you want,
I say it's a great time at the movies.
Yeah.
But it's a popcorn movie and it's a bit of fun. And if you like the original movie, if you've read the book, if you've not done either of those things, I still think this is good fun. However, if you haven't seen the original movie, I would watch it before watch this.
That's more fun because it's more campy and over the top and silly.
Yeah.
And it scratches the same itch, I think.
Yeah.
Like I don't think there's much in this movie that is done better than the original, except maybe that
I think when I read the book after having seen the movie, I was like, oh, I don't know why they never said it out in the run. It was probably a budgetary thing.
Budget for sure.
Like, but I think that idea and like his escapades as he's around the place is so fun. I just think it's a great time at the movie. Honestly, I sat back, I like put up the recliner on the seat, I was like eating popcorn, I was like, this is just like that was my dream of a Friday afternoon, like absolute dream.
One big issue of him being on the run is that it allowed Glenn Powell another opportunity to put on silly costumes and do accents, which I'd just given out about this last week in Hitman, which I think he's dreadful at and I hate it so much.
I just think like you need
I need Glenn Powell to dress up as a priest and do an Irish accent?
You need to get past Hitman, and I loved him doing the Irish accent. Should I have 6 brothers and sisters?
Oh no, stop.
Anyway, we're going to take a pause now. You might hear an ad and we'll be back for spoilers.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. Stop waiting around for the perfect candidate. Instead, use Indeed sponsored jobs to find the right people with the right skills fast. It's a simple way to make sure your listing is the first candidates see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs have 4 times more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. So go build your dream team today with Indeed. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Street.
Okay, we're back. So spoilers now for the movie The Running Man. And I guess now we probably won't spoil the original. We might.
I mean, what's the spoil?
I don't know.
But no, let's not spoil the
Possible
original.
spoilers for 1987's The Running Man.
The Michael Cera stuff I just went with and just laughed because I was like, this is outrageous.
I mean, he's cast him because they're friends because he was in Scott Pilgrim. He's not right for that part. He just isn't.
Why
and
is
also
such a neg?
Because why am I being just a neg? This is our whole podcast. It's me expressing my opinion in a microphone. If you don't like it, unsubscribe.
I will unsubscribe.
It's just, this is my exact great example of this tonal problem with this movie, where Michael Cera is showing a picture show of his dad that owned a hot dog stand because he wouldn't become a corrupt cop.
Yeah.
And then
like
all the other cops
RoboCop vibes,
kill him.
Stuff.
Yeah. And I'm like, so I thought that was delivered and meant to be delivered incredibly seriously, and Michael Cera was doing his best to show that this is an awful world where someone who stands up for the right thing is punished, and he's acting. My audience was laughing their ass off at this spiel because it's Michael Cera doing it, and he's a wacky character, and it's a hot dog stand.
But they're obviously setting up for a gag, like.
But there was no gag because it wasn't a gag. What was the gag what was the punchline of my dad got brutally murdered by his colleagues?
But underneath the hot dog stand is like a tunnel.
But that's later. That has nothing to do with his story. My point is, in that story, when he's delivering his earnest monologue, my audience was laughing, and I was like, "What? I don't understand what you're laughing at."
Say, "How dare you?"
I was like,
laugh.
"This man lost his father."
Well, my audience wasn't laughing. I wasn't laughing. I was, however, eating the largest bucket of popcorn that a human being could eat. And I'm still dehydrated from it. I think that scene was fine. I had no problem with the Michael Cera stuff. I just thought it was so wacky, and maybe that's the more Edgar Wright stuff. Like, I really enjoyed
the Super Soaker and the
house.
Home Alone.
It was like
I don't
it was
know.
just so silly. And then
the movie lost me at that point.
Where the movie got way too silly for me is I also enjoyed when he gets kidnapped by Maeve from Task. Apologies, I don't know the actress's name.
Yes, but sorry, you can introduce that character with 10 minutes to go.
No, I think it was.
And then try and make her a meaningful character. She's a character. Her character is made in the Arnie film to be. She's in the whole film.
Yeah, I agree. I agree
Works
that
much better
she came in very late because I think the Michael Cera stuff took way too long. Because she's basically the audience surrogate, not us the audience, but the audience who actually watches The Running Man, and she's believed everything they've said about Richards, and they're quite good together, and I enjoyed all the stuff with him and him pretending he's the bomb, the getting on the plane.
No.
But just at the very end, I got a bit confused because there was like a lot of flicking around and like different endings happening. Like I can't say I left the film knowing what happened, Richard.
I bet this smacks of reshoots to me. My bet is, and I haven't read the book, and don't tell us and spoil it here.
Honestly, I've read it, but I don't remember. I don't remember.
I suspect that the book doesn't have a good ending for Ben Richards.
As in,
I think dystopia wins is my suspicion.
Richard
and I bet
books he ain't writing nice endings.
Exactly.
For
so
people.
I'd say that, and I'd say they tried to do that, and then I'd say it went to test screenings, and I bet you everyone was like, no, thank you, and then so they went and reshot all that.
No, I don't think they'd
is my
ever
guess,
for a movie
it's
like
muddled.
this, for this popcorn movie, they'll have never written that kind of an ending. I don't think so. I think they wanted to have their cake and eat it too, because they want Richards to die because that makes the most sense for the situation he's in, but then they don't actually want him to die. And so I think that's where it's more of a like a screenwriter. The screenwriter we're trying to get around the fact that it actually makes no sense that he lives.
No, Kat, don't you see there was an eject pod on the...
but I really enjoyed what I really loved at the end though is like Josh Brolin. I love the Josh Brolin Colin Domingo thing where Colin Domingo's like, I'm out of here. The audience is turning on you. And Josh Brolin's like, but I control them. And then the audience all turns on him. Like, that's quite fun. But it got very confusing then because it's like, okay, so that was happening on the night. So then how did Richard show up 5 minutes after his plane
that's not
exploded?
that's the next season of The Running Man.
Oh,
so a lot of time has passed.
Okay, first of all, thank you, because that confused me so much.
Yeah, no, I can see what
we're winding back a little bit. I love the stuff where Josh Brolin's pitching to Richard and saying,
that's fun.
Right, you're going to be the star, it's going to be Hunter number 6, and they've made these promos, and what the film did very well is show us like deep fakes and AI, which was done in the original film
which
as
is
well.
technology we have now.
Technology we have now. So in the original film it was kind of farcical when they turned him into like the butchers of Bakersville, but now in
now
this
it's
one,
like, oh yeah, they
could actually do that.
Yeah.
And like the young woman character saw it being done to her. So I love when he's like, oh, you're Hunter number 6, you're going to be the star of the network, we're making you a hero. And Richard's like, but what are my wife and kid? And Josh Brolin's like, huh? Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Like he's so evil in this, and he's faked all the stuff about them dying. That bit's all really interesting, but it kind of got lost then in the kind of just madness of the ending.
It's just a bit of a mess. One thing that was lost in it, which was like a little beacon of shining light at the end there, was Lee Pace, who is the Captain McCabe or whatever, who's wearing a mask throughout the whole film, and then he comes out at the end and you're like, oh fucking Lee Pace is a badass.
Yeah, he's really good.
He's such a good villain, and he was brilliant at the end, and I felt like we were kind of missing that throughout. There wasn't enough of a build-up between, like, you have the build-up of the animosity between him and Dan Killian, and that does pay off. Mm-hmm. But like, I felt like the whole Captain McCabe thing could have had a bit more of
this comes back to the hunters not having the identity.
Yeah,
and
they didn't.
I think a lot of that was lost because, of course, you're making the point that it's actually the general public that are enabling this, and I think that is the message of the film.
Yes,
it's like we're all sleepwalking into blaming,
fascism.
like we blame big tech for our problems, but then we engage with big tech, and it's all very complex. And I think the film's message is in that. But I still think I wanted a hunter with like a schlocky name and a silly costume, and I wanted them having a battle with Glenn Powell. I thought the sequence when he's in the motel or the veterans
that was
home,
excellent.
Start to finish, like unreal sequence.
the drone going through the window, the camera drone, and following him, and then he slides into the lift shaft, and then he throws the grenade, and Lee Pace kicks it back to him.
Yeah, he's like, right back at you, buddy.
There was some great stuff.
Yeah, I think that whole sequence. Did Glenn Powell need to be in a towel? No, but look, if it's written into his contract that he has to show off his body,
I think it's fine. The man looks good.
He's
let
worked hard.
Let him wear his towel.
But I don't even think, like, I don't really have perceptions of people's bodies, and that I'm not like nice body, not nice body. I'm just like, that actor really wants to show off his body, because no one would have been like, you have to be in a towel for the scene.
But
like,
actually,
that's totally on
I
him.
think it adds to the scene, because it adds to the vulnerability of it. When you're like, he has to go back to get his clothes to be able to operate out in the open.
And he always needs his backpack. I love the idea that you have to film yourself every day.
Yeah, because otherwise you just go hide in a tunnel.
And then I love when he goes, well, fuck you, you can send in the tapes. Like, there's some very good moments in it. So overall, look, it's a good review from us. Dave, maybe
is good.
A few more nitpicks than me.
No. I bring it right back to what I said at the beginning. I think it's good, and I liked it.
Yeah.
But like, I've just, You know, when you're just watching something and you're like, I just want this to be a little tighter.
Mhm.
Like why? Like
it's too long.
It's too. It could be this length, but it just needed to be more cohesive. Stop jumping from city to city, character to character. There's nothing meaningful really happened. I would have liked a little bit more space for some of this stuff to breathe. Like, don't just throw in that character at the end, Maeve from Task. I did like that he went to Derry, Maine, which is the home of It the Clown, which was a nice touch. That's where Michael Cera was living.
Did you see one of the background at one point? There was like a big pub called Bachman's. What was the Arnie cameo?
I missed that. So Arnie's face is on all the new dollar bills.
Oh, I totally missed that.
Yeah.
Oh, how fun. Those new dollars, they're pretty valuable, aren't they?
Oh, you got to get some new dollars.
And poor William H. Macy, I couldn't figure out if that happened to him or if he was dreaming it.
Oh, the dream thing was lame. Yeah, sorry.
I don't know what happened to William H. Macy. It was a bit confusing. Anyway, listen, thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast, please follow us wherever you listen and please rate and leave us 5 stars. It means a huge amount to an independent podcast like us. And then come over to patreon.com/The Cinema, where we are now reviewing Pluribus, the fantastic new Apple TV show.
We're going to be covering every episode of Pluribus.
Yeah, can't wait.
In batches, and we're going to be doing our retro movie month this month, as always.
And we've got a new John Grisham season coming out where we're talking about the Runaway Jury.
Yes, so lots to see there over at patreon.com/The Cinema, and you get to chat with us and all our patrons every day.
In the chat. Bye.
Bye.
Are you crazy?
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit lifelock.com/podcast. Terms apply.